Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's such a great pleasure for me to have the opportunity to welcome our brothers and sisters from Palestine. You are most welcome to South Africa. Now, in South Africa, we love slogans of freedom. So we just want to tell you what we say every day in South Africa. Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine shall be free.
Palestine shall be free.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine shall be free.
Palestine shall be free.
That's what we say in South Africa. So, since I am the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, part of my job is to observe what is called protocol. Protocol is a very tough master, and you can't neglect it. If you do, you have failed as a foreign minister. So allow me to begin. Minister Patricia de Lille. Honorable Chief Manda Mandela, Member of Parliament. Honorable Leader of Al Jamaa, Mr. Hendrickson, don't know where you are. His Excellency, the former Ambassador of Palestine to the Republic of South Africa, Your Excellency. Her Excellency, the Ambassador of Turkey to South Africa, Your Excellency. Ms. Abubakar Kasim, CEO of Stepping Stones, a sports Stepping Stones. Mr. Bennett Bailey, the co-president, vice president of SAFA, who spoke a few moments ago. Uncle Solly and Madame Zora Noor. The Solly and Zora Noor Family Trust is our sponsor this evening. I remember when Uncle Solly was telling me about this evening, and I said to him, Uncle Solly, I've been to so many functions this week. I don't think I'll be able to come on Friday. And he said to me, you must come. The food is going to be very nice. And indeed, it is wonderful, Mr. Noor. Thank you very much. To the representatives of the Palestine Football Association, members and sportspersons of the national team of Palestine, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity to speak to you briefly today. They say one must be very careful about giving a microphone to a politician, especially when a politician doesn't have a prepared speech. So I'm going to just ask that the Director General of my department comes and stands beside me and stops me when I take too long. DG, please come forward. I've been trying to tell the people of South Africa that the case that we took to the ICJ was done by a team, a very good team of people. The main initiator was the Minister of Justice, one of our youngest ministers. His name is Mr. Ronald Lamola, and I'm sure you're going to hear much more about him in the future. but working closely with the Department of Justice, because the Genocide Convention is overseen by our department, was the Director General. The Director General is a very strong member of the BDS coalition in South Africa. Very troublesome person. But I want to tell you why we decided to go to the ICJ. Some of you might remember that last year in January, we had the Secretary of State of the United States of America visiting our country. We had a very good visit, very good discussions. In the course of the media interviews, I kept being asked about our non-aligned position with respect to Ukraine and Russia. And I tried to explain why, as South Africa, we have not taken a side in that conflict. I then reminded them there's another huge conflict in the world. There's another group of people in the world who are oppressed, the Palestinian people. And I asked them, why do you ask me about Ukraine and not about Palestine? And I explained in that interview that you are not asking me about Palestine because if it's not someone from the north who is under threat, you don't believe we are people. That it is only if you're from the north that you are considered as a human being. And I told them that this attitude is a double standards attitude which has caused massive pain and conflict throughout the world. The reason I call it a double standard, and you will see the truth of what I was saying, is that we are told constantly that we must respect democracy. I was being reminded that day that I must respect territory and the sovereign right of a nation to their territory. And I asked them, what about the land of the people of Palestine? Why is Ukraine's territory important and that of Palestine is not? I said, we will only have peace in the world when we treat everybody equally. If you don't treat people equally, you cannot expect us to obey. You can't tell us about human rights when you have no care for the human rights of some. You can't tell us about institutions which are supposed to protect people when you don't care about some people and you care about others. This is why when we were together at the ICC with the Director General, I asked the prosecutor of the ICC, I said, I'm waiting. Where is the arrest warrant for Prime Minister Netanyahu? Because I was asking that when there were charges brought against President Putin, the warrant against President Putin was issued almost in 48 hours. The evidence of war crimes on Prime Minister Netanyahu is visible for everybody to see. So why is the ICC not acting? It's double standards. If you are supported by the North, you can do what you like. You act with impunity. If you don't have the support of the North, you're not a human being and you cannot fight for your freedom. This is the problem that we have with the world. So we discussed here in South Africa, and our government said there is a convention on the punishment of the crime of genocide. And we have been looking every day on the television screens, and we can see genocide is being committed. People are being killed in their hundreds every day. That is genocide. People are denied water. People are called human animals. People are denied fuel. People are denied food. Their hospitals are bombed. Schools are bombed. That can only be called genocide and nothing else. So we said, let us take this matter to the International Court of Justice. Let us see whether there is justice in this world, or whether these institutions are just set up for show, or just set up for us, the Africans. That's why we took the case, both for our support for the just cause of the people of Palestine, and we do believe they will have freedom one day, but also to test international institutions and whether they truly are able to act in the interest of those who are oppressed, those who are suffering harm, and those who are neglected by the most powerful. We presented our case, and you saw, I'm sure, the hearing. You saw our legal team had an extremely well-prepared case. And you could see that the lawyers of Israel, they were embarrassed to speak because they knew, in terms of human rights and justice, the government of Israel is on the wrong side of the law. It was clear.